What's up, friends? Welcome back to another day with Scotty Taylor Jr. That's me. All right, we're going live on Facebook. We're going live on the IGs. We're going live. Okay, so let me just make sure I got all this right. Everything looks good. And we'll give it a minute for some people to join. And if you're watching the replay, then I'm excited. Hi, Boo. Long time no see. How you doing? Oh. All right. I got 2 coffees today because we went on a bunch of walks with the dog. And so now there's 2 coffees. Hi, Boo. How you doing, Miss Lamb? How's life? How are things going? Okay, I'm just gonna check my Facebook. Everything's good. We're excited. We got like a new layout here, a new setup. Today we're talking about how to become a money magnet. This is part 3. How you doing, Boo? How's life? How's New York? How's everything? And Rafael, how's Peru? Are you still in Peru? Okay. All right, if you're just joining, think of some money questions you want me to answer. I'm happy to answer them on becoming a money magnet. But I'm going to go through what we're going to talk about today. I have my amazing little notepad ready to go for us to talk about some stuff today. Super excited. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. I'm going to give it one more minute, and then I'm going to just dig right in. I'm checking my Facebooks. I think we're all good. We're just going to give it one more minute before I start. Okay. We're going to dig right in because time is money. As I say. Okay, so today is Becoming Money Magnet part 3 of a 5-part series. I'm actually going to make it a 6-part series. And I'm going to go live today, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I'll have some special promotions. So if you're watching the recorded version of this, my money course is open for enrollment until October 15th. So before I kind of dig into everything, first quick thing is that I've kind of shifted and revamped the process for getting into the money course. You can still go in my bio and actually get access to the page and learn all about it and go through all that stuff. But you can also book a call with me in my link in my bio. So in my link in my bio, there's a little button that says book a call with Scott for 15 minutes. And so you can chat with me for 15 minutes. This is not a opportunity for like free coaching. I coach a lot online. I show up a lot. Like I produce a lot of content. This is really to understand kind of what your needs are. If you're interested in working with me, if you think that the way that I teach is aligned, if you feel resonance with it, if it strikes you deep in your core, this is an opportunity to figure out how we could work together. So you can book a 15-minute call, and it's not you're not obligated to actually work with me. It's just to kind of explore, and I can share with you the different ways that we could work together, whether it's one-on-one coaching, one of my masterminds, or my online course, or some other type of way of working together. Okay, so as we go, feel free to ask questions on money, energetic alignment, making more money, scaling your business. Anything is on brand. So feel free. I'm an open book. I will tell you everything. You can ask me questions about my income, all that stuff. I'm happy to share passive income, whatever it is. But today on part 2 of Become a Money Magnet, I want to talk about what it means to become an energetic match to more money. And I want to start with that, because this is kind of one of the core principles of manifesting more money and understanding how to manifest more money. So I'll start at the beginning, do a quick 101 of manifestation, and then help all of you understand how to apply this to your life so you can make more money as well. So one of the core principles of manifestation is this idea that everything is a vibration, or the recognition that everything is a vibration, right? And what that basically means is that your thoughts, the matter around us, your emotions, all of that is a vibration, right? And we emit vibrations and we receive vibrations every day. You can think about like a radio transmitter, right? So a radio tunes their dial and their frequency. That comes through the radio, so that's they're transmitting a vibration. The radio is picking it up and translating it into sound that we then translate into our ears, right? So we are constantly experiencing vibrations in the world. So there's always vibrations out there. Everything is actually a vibration. Everything is actually moving. So newer science, quantum physics, is looking deep into a cell, and they're noticing that 99.99999% of the actual atom is just empty space. The rest is tiny, tiny, tiny little bit of matter. So the first baseline, that's like more information that maybe you need, but the first baseline is this understanding that everything is a vibration. And when you understand that, then you can understand that the amount of money that you have in your bank account is also a vibration, or the amount of money that you make on a monthly basis is a vibration, or your salary, or the amount of money you have on your credit cards is a vibration. And so the vibrations currently that you're available for is the amount of money that you make, and how much money is in your bank account, and how much money is on your credit cards, and things like that, right? So the way that we can think about that is, when you first start off, you're like, I can't imagine having more than $10,000 in my bank account, or I can't imagine having less than $5,000 on my credit card, whatever it is, right? So when you think about energetic alignment and you think about the manifestation process, it's like you can't imagine, from a money perspective, you're going to be in certain bands. So there's certain bands of what you think is reasonable, what you think is possible, what you think is accessible for you. So for example, when I started my money journey, I was like, I can't really imagine having more than like $50,000 in savings. Like that would be like, how would I have more than $50,000 in savings? But I can imagine having 10, I can imagine having 15. And when I started my entrepreneurial journey, there were stages where I was like, I would love to make $8,000 a month, but I can't really imagine myself making $20,000 a month every single month. And so recognizing that the amount of money that you make, the amount of money in your bank account, the amount of money on your credit cards, all of that is a vibration that you're available for. And when you understand that and you recognize that it's really up to you to shift that vibration, you're like, oh shit, okay. So on my credit cards, I have $5,000 of credit card debt. I can't imagine going up to 10. Like I can't imagine going up to 10. And so when you recognize that all of that is a vibration, you can become more intentional around what you're emitting and around what you think is possible. So look at your financial situation, right? Are you making the amount of money that you really want to make? Do you have the amount of money in savings that you really want to have? Do you have the amount of credit card debt that you really want to have? And if the answer is yes, or if the answer is no, what you can do is start to recognize those patterns and shift your vibration and shift your point of attraction. So what does that mean, right? So how do you shift your vibration? How do you shift your point of attraction? By the way, if anybody has questions as we go, just throw them into the chat. Hi, John. A long time no talk. Are you still playing tennis? I'm playing tomorrow, actually. Off topic. So when we talk about energetic vibrations, the way that I view this and the way that I think about this in my business is not much, just talk about being a money magnet in my place. I moved to Miami. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm in Miami now. And we love it. We love Miami. Miami's amazing. I love Jersey still, but don't really see myself living there. So when we talk about energetic vibrations, what I have focused on in my business is, all in on crypto. Love it. Fully on board with that, 100%. So when we talk about energetic vibrations, I'm always focused on aligning myself to making more money. So what does that look like? On a daily basis, I write down in my journal, like I have my journal, that it's not like, dear diary, today I'm, it's just thoughts and processing, right? So I write my mantras out. But I consistently write down, I make $50,000 a month. I make $85,000 a month. Like I just write it down over and over again. And I feel what it would feel like to make that amount of money on a monthly basis. And I want all of you to focus on that in a capacity that feels relevant for you. So if you're like, I make $1 million a month, and that feels outside the realm of possibility for you, you're not doing yourself any favors. So there's a believability ladder that we need to climb when it comes to making more money or having more money. You know, anything is possible, right? So I never tell clients or anybody, I'm never like, you can't have $1 million, you can't make $1 million this year. I never say anything like that because anything is possible, but everybody has a different believability ladder. So what that would look like is, if you're making $5,000 a month, what does $10,000 a month feel like? What does $20,000 a month feel like? Go as high as you can where you're still excited and you're still motivated and you're still inspired by that number, but it still feels within the realm of possibility. So if you're making $5,000 a month and you want to make 50, does that feel like, can you bridge that gap? Not how, I'm not asking you to figure out how, but like, can you emotionally get behind going from 5 to 50? So my goal, for example, is $1 million of revenue for like the next year. And that feels attainable. I made 350 last year. So $1 million is like within the realm of possibility. I feel it's possible. I don't know how many get there, but it feels within the realm of possibility. And so that's how you climb up the believability ladder. But I started my first journey at 250,000. Okay, I think we're back, hopefully. Sorry about that. I think my Wi-Fi just kicked me off for a second. Okay, we're back. So in 2018, I wrote my first Think and Grow Rich statement, which was I'm going to make $250,000 a year by, I think I wrote 2023, and I hit it in 2019. So it happened a lot quicker. But the thing that I focused on was like constantly vibrating at that level, constantly emitting that signal, constantly telling myself, I make $250,000 a year. I make $250,000 a year. I make $250,000 a year. So much so that it became part of who I am. Like I was like, okay, I made 250, I make 250, I make 250. And then when I hit it, the new vibration is like, okay, well, I can't imagine going below 250 in a year. Like that wouldn't even be possible for me to make less than $250,000 in a year. Like, what are you even saying? And so every year we want to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the way I picked my $1 million goal for this year is arbitrary. It's a fucking arbitrary number. Like 7 figures doesn't mean anything about me or my life or my abilities or who I am as a human. It's simply a goal to help me strive for more, to attain more, to be more, to grow as a human, to evolve, to expand. But million, when I first started my business, would have been impossible for me to digest. I would have been like, I have no fucking idea I'm going to get to $1 million. I still don't really know, but I have a better idea, right? I have a better baseline of like money coming in consistently. So the believability ladder, you want to start stepping up that, and that's how you can become energetically aligned to more money. So what do you want? Do you want more money in your bank account? Do you want less credit card debt? Do you want less student loan debt? Do you want more revenue coming in on a monthly basis? Like, what is it that you want? And then from there, think about what it would be to double that, or to go up by 20% or 50%, or to triple that. Like, what number feels possible, but also doable, like within the realm of possibility? And that's how you become energetically aligned to more money. That's how you just get your bearings in order, and you're like, shit, I can do this, I can make more money. More money's coming in, money's coming in, money's coming in, right? And then when you hit certain thresholds, right? So however much money you're making right now, let's say you're making $5,000 a month, that's probably your minimum. You're like, well, I can't really imagine making less than that, right? And if you're an entrepreneur, it's something that you have consistently hit. If you're a 9-to-5er, then it's the amount of salary that you're getting, right? You're like, well, I'm energetically aligned to this, but how would it feel if your income doubled or your salary doubled, right? And I'm not saying you have to figure out the hows. I'm just saying this is how you get into energetic alignment with more money. And then when you are in alignment, and this is the cool thing, when you are in alignment with more money, different opportunities will present themselves to you. Different options will be taken by you. Inspired action will be different. So I'll put it this way in a more tangible, real term. To make $1 million a year in my business for this year, I have to do things differently than I did them before, right? So to make $350,000 last year to $1 million in 1 year, I have to shift the way that I'm structuring my business. I have to shift the way that I'm thinking about business, the way I'm working with clients. Things have to change. I'm not going to work 3 times harder to make $1 million and triple my income. I want to work exactly the same, if not less, but make more money, right? I already work fucking hard. I don't want to work more. I want to be able to bring in more money without putting in more time and more energy. So when you select an income goal that is ambitious and lofty and big, what you want to do is get into alignment with that, so you practice the feeling and the emotion of having that amount of money come in, or feeling that amount of money in your bank account, or feeling the effects of having no debt. And then when you're in alignment with that, then you take action that is inspired, right? So for example, again, my $1 million a year revenue goal, which is me tripling my income, there has to be a level of scalability that happens in my business. So I need to see better clients in my financial planning business. But then from my mastermind group and my one-on-one coaching, I have to raise my prices. I have to increase my prices. And then my online course, my program, the money course, has to be a larger percentage of the money coming in, because that's extremely scalable. It's an online digital course that I already created. It's done, it's finished. So all I need to do is attract more people into the program and have more people sign up to it, right? And more money will flow in, and I'll hit my income goal. Now, I'm simplifying because there's things to do, but this live is an act of inspired action. I don't particularly, I'm not jonesing to go live, right? I'm not I won't wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh fuck, I can't wait to go live. I push myself out of my comfort zone to show up live earlier on in this journey, in this career, knowing that I don't have hundreds of thousands of people joining, because I'm acting as that 2.0 version of myself. I'm committing to certain things. I'm taking the actions that I know are inspired, that make me feel like I'm doing the right things and moving my business forward, and good things will flow from it. I know that these lives will create the desire in some of you that are watching to purchase the money course, because you're appreciating the way that I'm showing up. You're appreciating my vibe. You're appreciating my knowledge and my expertise and all the time and energy I've spent learning and applying these teachings, that you also want to learn them. You want money to be easy. You want money to be flowy. You want money to just come in. You just want to have a better relationship with money. You want to scale your business. You want to work less and make more money. You want to learn the same things I'm applying in my own business on a scale, right? And so I recognize that these lives, where me showing up and me preparing and me spending time and energy and giving out all this content, will yield results for me in the sense of additional course sales. But I'm not showing up live to sell the course, right? There's a difference. I show up live because I just felt like showing up live, and I want to be here and I want to provide information. Whether or not anybody signs up is irrelevant. I went off on a tangent there, but I think it's important. That's how. So the premise of this was energetic alignment and getting into alignment with making more money or having more clients or whatever it is. So no matter what niche you're in, no matter what business you're in, my question for you is, what do you want to get aligned to? What can be the next step for you? Hi, Mitch. Good to see you. So what's the next step for all of you, right, in becoming the 2.0 version of yourself? Is it better clients? Is it more money? Is it more money in your savings? And when it comes to your business, is it raising your prices? Is it working with different types of clients? What are the things that you would do as the 2.0 version of yourself who is aligned to the amount of money that you want, right? The other thing to think about, and this is something also when it comes to energetic alignment, I'm going to go off on a slightly different tangent, but the vibe and the idea is, if you're I'm not sure what I want, right? I'm not sure what I should become energetically aligned to, because I'm not really sure what I want. I want more money, but I don't really know how much more money. Or I want more freedom, but I don't really know how to get it. If you're not really sure what you want or what are the things that you desire, I want to give you a tool and a resource to help you figure that out. So if you're not exactly sure what you want, I want you to look at everything in your life, look at what's happening in your world, and identify areas where you feel tension or you feel stress or you feel some type of sticky emotion, something that's not so great. And when you look at something that you don't like, the beautiful, beautiful part of looking at something that you don't like is that on the opposite end of it is what you do want. So, for example, let's say you're consistently making $10,000 a month, or you have consistently $10,000 in credit card debt, or whatever it is. When you look at that and you don't feel good about it, or let's say you overspent 1 month, or you realize that a lot of your income comes in 1/4 of the year, or whatever it is, and you don't feel good about it, what I want you to focus on is its opposite. So if you make money sporadically, so 1 month it's high, 1 month it's low, 1 month it's high, 1 month it's low, 1 month it's high, 1 month it's low, and that doesn't feel good to you, the beautiful part of knowing that is that you can flip it and then understand what you do want. You can understand what it is that you do want. You want more consistency in your income. You want more consistency and more stability in your income. So when you know what you don't want, you also know what you do want, right? So when we go through life and we experience negative things when it comes to money, like overdrafts or feeling stressed about money, all these things are great. All these things are good. I don't want you to experience something negative and all of a sudden be like, that's it. Life sucks. Money sucks. There's nothing else. I want you to take it a step further and identify what you do want from that contrast. So when something isn't great and when something doesn't feel good, what's the opposite of that? That's what it is that you do want. Because it's like the opposite end of any stick, right? There's what you want and what you don't want. If anybody has questions, by the way, feel free to drop them in here. Otherwise, I'll keep going through a couple of other talking points that I had, or that I have, for today's live. Which, by the way, become a money-making magnet is the theme, is the vibe, is everything. So if you're watching this on the replay, that's the vibe, that's the feeling, that's what we're doing. Becoming a money-making magnet. So, the other thing that I want to talk about when it comes to becoming a money-making magnet is releasing old patterns and old stories. Releasing shit that is not serving you anymore. So what does that mean? What does that look like? How does that work? So I'll give you an example. I'll tell you a story, quick story from yesterday. So I drove to South Beach yesterday, and I parked and I had about an hour-long lunch and got back to my car and it was gone. My car was gone. I was like, okay, well, somebody either stole it or it was towed. I parked legally. I did not park in like an illegal spot or anything. So I looked at the signs and I was like, oh, I paid the wrong toll. I think they towed my car. I don't know why they wouldn't just give me a ticket, but again. So turns out they towed my car, and I was with somebody at the time, and he was like, wow, you're like super calm about this whole scenario. And I'm like, yeah, like they towed my car, but like, what are you going to do about it? Like, I could throw a tantrum, sure. I could be really upset and be miserable, but like, what value would that bring to anything? It wouldn't add any value to myself. I wouldn't feel better. I would just be upset and angry. And the lens it's not being right. It's not feeling indignant. It's not feeling like I'm right, this situation's wrong, I'm going to gripe about it. It's the vibe of, I can't do anything about it anyway. It happened. It's in existence. Things happened, and that's it. I'll just deal with it, right? And so there's no reason to get all bent out of shape. My happiness is my priority. That's not really the point of the story. So I go to pick up my car, which had been towed. It was a $250 tow. It was like 2 blocks away. So I'm like, okay, well, I wasn't really like thinking that I needed to drop $250 on picking up my car. But this is where the shift in mindset happens, right? So this is the important part of the story. So I picked up my car, I paid the $250, and aside from me telling all of you this right now, I dropped it out of my mind. I turned to the person who I was with, and I was like, this never happened. Strike this from your memory. I'm not talking about it. We're not thinking about it. We're just letting it go. We're letting it fucking go. Because I'm unavailable to live in a state of resentment with money. I'm unavailable to live in a state of anger, stress, frustration with money. I'm unavailable to live in a state where money doesn't always just flow my way. So I have 2 choices. I have many choices. I could choose to be upset about this situation. I could choose to hold resentment and hold a grudge. I could choose to continue to practice this vibration by telling everyone around me how terrible of a thing it was that my car got towed and I spent all this money and I wasn't expecting it to happen. And that's why I have no money and everything's going wrong and blah, 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 blah. And what I would accomplish in that is I'd feel really fucking shitty. I would just feel like shit. That's what I would accomplish. Who wants to do that? Who has time for that? That's our ego's job. That's what our ego does. Our ego creates those stories and makes us want to tell everybody for collective reasoning and be like, oh yeah, you're right. Life is so hard for you. Like, fuck that noise. Nobody needs that. So I have selective amnesia when it comes to these types of situations. I paid the $250 and I just released it. And this is where the intentionality with money comes in. If you don't recognize that you have patterns of complaining about money or feeling stressed about money or being anxious around money, if you don't recognize that you have these patterns, you are consistently and habitually practicing the same vibration. I don't have enough. 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 And that is holding you apart from what it is that you want. So in this scenario, this is a silly example, but it happened yesterday of my car getting towed and $250 going out my pocket. I decided that I was going to release it because I decide that money can support me and that money is always there for me and there's always enough money. And I even took it a step further and I was like, you know what? Thank God they towed my car and not somebody else's car who maybe didn't have the means and the ability to pay for this towing. And you know what? Isn't it such a great thing that our society runs so smoothly and that my car can just get swept up away if it was parked in the wrong spot? And I started going on a mode of appreciation for this experience. Now that doesn't mean I was happy about my car being towed, but I refuse to allow these external circumstances that I can't control to dictate how I feel with money and how I deal with money on a day-to-day basis. Because I want and allow money to support me all the time. I allow money to be a constant presence in my life. I allow myself to be a money magnet 24/7. So going back to being a money magnet, we are already money magnets. We are all already prone to receiving money. What we do is if we're a magnet, we put a bunch of fucking junk on the outside of our magnet and it gets clogged. When in reality, all we need to do is clear the magnet and money will come in. Clearing the magnet is releasing those patterns, those stories, those limiting beliefs, all the things that say that you can't have what you want. All the things that are saying that I can't make more money. Success is going to be really hard. Money is stressful. My parents never had money. I can't make more money than they do. Like, those are the stories that we need to release and clear in order to allow money to come in. When you become clear and clean with money, money can just flow into your existence. That's my expectation, is that money is always coming in. Always coming in. I didn't start this way, but the expectation that I now have is like easily $20,000 a month minimum, absolute minimum. I cannot imagine making less than $20,000 a month. Like, if you told me you're gonna make less than, I'd be like, no, not even possible. It's like not even, like, no way, no fucking way. But all of these are situations that I've created over time by staying aligned to more money. I didn't start by saying I want to make $20,000 a month. I started by saying I wanted to make like $10,000 a month, which was a lot for a while. Like, I really wanted to make $10,000 a month for quite some time. I wanted to make six figures for a while, right? That's $8,333 a month. Like, six figures was like the epitome of success for a while. Then $250,000 was the epitome of success for me. Now it's $1 million, and next year it'll probably be $5 million, $10 million, and my ultimate goal is $100 million of assets that I want to accumulate. But none of those really matter, right? Like, the numbers are all irrelevant. It's just my growth and my journey and my exploration of myself and my ability to earn. That's the fun part. That's the fun stuff. So, what do I want to say? The whole point of these lives, the reason that I have all these fucking notes and then I write all this stuff down and I come into this, is you can become an energetic match to money, so you can desire more money and vibrate at that level by just being more aware of your relationship with money. Like, your relationship with money is the primary factor for your ability to make more money. Your ability to not feel splitting emotions of, I want more money, but I can't have it. I want more money, but it's going to be hard. I want more money, but nobody in my family has more money. Like, those splitting of emotions are what's really fucking you up. If you become clear and clean and just allow money to flow in, money will flow in. You'll be inspired to the right actions. You'll feel worthy having it. It'll come in. You'll have it. It'll be great, and everything will be amazing. Okay, Well, I wanted to make this about a 30-minute live, and we're at about the 30-minute mark. If you haven't joined my free webinar, I do have a free webinar on 3 secrets on how to scale your business. This works, honestly, even if you're in a 9-to-5, because I teach you the number one reason why you're not making more money, which a lot of it we talked about today, but it's a little bit more concise in my webinar. All of that is in the link in my bio. I also have my money program still open for enrollment until October 15th. So if you're called, if you're inspired, basically, if you want to make more money and you think that my teaching style resonates with the way that you learn, the way that you absorb, and you're like, oh shit, I want to work less and make more, I want to be like Scotty, then there's a good synergy here. If not, then no worries, but you shouldn't sign up for somebody's program who you don't resonate with. Unless, you want to be challenged and you want somebody to poke some of the wounds or open up some thought processes for you if they think differently than you. So it's all beneficial, it's all valuable. But if you're not sure, you can book a call with me. So I have a new link in my link in bio. So if you go to my bio, my Instagram bio, and you click on it, there's a new link that basically says book a 15-minute call with me. So I'm happy to book a 15-minute call to talk through what program could be best for you. Is it the money course? Is it one-on-one coaching? Is it my mastermind? And I'll just hear a little bit more about what you're looking to accomplish, and then we'll talk about it. It's just a 15-minute call, super simple, and there's no obligation to actually sign up for anything. It's just, I thought that would be a nice way for people who were thinking about it, but were like, I'm not entirely sure if it's the right program or not. You can actually join me in a live call, and we'll talk through it. So, anybody have any questions before we go on becoming a money-making magnet? And if you're watching the replay of this, feel free to DM me any questions that you have, and I'll answer them as best I can. We're going live tomorrow, Tuesday, as well as Wednesday, as well as Thursday. We're going live multiple days to talk about money, to talk about being a money magnet. There's this scene from Golden Girls that I always think of whenever I say magnet. Because Stan, if you watch Golden Girls, Stan is Dorothy's ex-husband. He's like, yeah, I'm a chick magnet. And Dorothy goes, I didn't know that you were such a maggot. And he goes, magnet, Dorothy, magnet. So every time I say become a money-making magnet, I always want to say become a money-making maggot. Which is not the same thing. That's a different vibe. On that note, I'm going to let y'all get back to your days. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. DM me with any questions. I'm excited. You can reach me at scottytaylorjr.com, or you can email the team at assistant@scottytaylorjr.com. I love you. Have a bomb-ass day. Go out there and make some money, kids.